I'm really confused.
I generally actually can't see if this is a good setup or not, so you're gonna have to like bear with me because I decided to move my bed. It's got so dark so quickly, which I think is the only thing I don't like about, you know, the winter, autumn time, is the sun just leaves, and I have a tendency to start videos later than I usually want to. Meaning in which this video has fallen into that danger zone where it is pitch black outside and it's only 5 o'clock. I don't understand. Honestly, I don't get it. But I guess it kind of fits in with today's video because we are going to be reading, once again, dark romance for a week. I am so excited to do this video. As you all know, I am a dark romance girly. I love a good dark romance book. I don't think it's something that I've recently been into. Like, I love in any sort of books where things turn a little bit more gruesome, a little bit more, I don't know what I'm saying, but like fucked up maybe. But I've always loved a dark romance book. Like, I love a morally grey guy. I think we all know that. I love when stories are so far from the truth. Well, not like the truth, but like from reality, that you just kind of fall into it, and it's just a great escape. So we're going to be reading dark romance for a week. I am also going to be finishing the Mindfuck series as well. I've read the first 2 books in that series, and I think I'm going to read 3, 4 and 5 in this video so we can finish it off, all of which are on my Kindle Unlimited package. I'm so excited. I am so excited. But we're going to read book 3, which is Scarlet Angel from the Mindfuck series now. See how far I get, see if I like it. I generally can't remember that much about Sidetracked, which was the second one. Like, I don't really remember where it left off. I might have to do a quick scan. No, I do! Do I? I still think I need to do a quick scan of that book and see where we left off. Unless the third one starts off where we left off. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, moving on. Let's read Scarlet Angel Mindfuck series book 3. I'm so excited. Read now. It's 139 pages. It's only going to take me 2 hours. Which it won't do because I read a lot quicker than that. My feet are so cold. Guys, I cannot stress enough how cold it is in this house. I don't even think heating exists. That's how cold it is. Okay, I'm going to talk about this book while I quickly put a plaster on my heel because I've given myself a blister, which is always fun. But I am about 76% through the book. I've only pretty much got like 40 minutes left of reading time, and I love this series. I think it's such a good series. Obviously it's been a little bit longer, like waiting time. Not waiting time, but since I like first read the book, like time has passed. It's been a few months, so I like kind of remember like the information, kind of missing are a few bits. So again, it's like one of those things where I think if I was reading the series as like an actual block instead of dipping in and out of it like I have been, then I think I will enjoy it a lot more. But I still think it's a 5-star series. Like, I still am loving it overall. I can't get this plaster on. I hate this plaster. Yeah, so I still think it's going to be 5 stars. I'm not rating the books individually because I think they're so short, and yeah, I don't see them as individual books. I definitely see them as more of like parts of a really long book. So I think actually in total the book is only like 600 pages, maybe just under that. Yeah, but I'm really enjoying it. I love the characters, I love the banter. I think there's nothing boring about this book. There's something always happening, something always going, and I can't predict where it's gonna go. I don't... Alexa, pause. I don't know where this book is gonna take me. I genuinely have no idea how it's gonna end, because obviously we're following Lana, who is, if you've read the series, you'll know. I'm now realising that I actually haven't described the plot of the Mindfuck series, so you might not know. But you follow 2 characters, Lana and Logan. Lana is a serial killer. She is brutally murdering people from her past that have wronged her and done God knows what to her in the past. We still like are only getting bits and pieces of the information. In this book, in the 3rd book, we found out a lot more about what happened the night she describes she was turned into the monster that she is now, and we're feeding that information, but we're basically following her and her kills. You definitely do have to read the trigger warnings to this book, because the scenes that are described are very graphic and are not for everyone, so definitely read the trigger warnings. I would go into this book with caution, but if you are a dark romance girly like me who loves everything gory and gruesome and messed up like this, then you'll love this book. You'll love it. But yeah, we're following her, and we're also following Logan, who is an FBI agent. He's a profiler who is on Lana's case. They meet, and it is kind of like this forbidden love trope. Lana already knows who Logan is and still is in a relationship where Logan obviously doesn't know things about Lana. He knows that she has a dark past, but doesn't know that she is the serial killer that he is hunting down for. And there's like other reasons and other things that are going in, and I don't want to spoil it for you because I like going into books completely blind. Like, I hate any sort of spoilers. I hate anybody being like, oh, wait until you get to this scene. And I'm like, don't give me any hints. I want to be surprised. So I try and not like tell you everything, but the way that they interact with each other is so cute, and their feelings for each other are so genuine, and just seeing them both fall in love with each other, and the conflict that is one in her head but also in his head as well, because guys, things happen. This book isn't slow. It's not. It's definitely not a slow burn either. I will say that they do get together quite quickly, but I think that goes with the actual story of it. Like, everything works in really well, and I think it's written so well, and I love the story. I love the characters. I love the character development as well. In this book, we are seeing more of the other characters than just them, and I'm really actually enjoying that. Seeing more of, like, I think her name's Hadley somebody who's in Logan's team. We're seeing more of her. We had hints of her past in the last book, but now we've got like the connection as well. Like, there's other things going on, and I'm just loving it so much more. I think it's a great book. I love the concept of it. I love the concept of she's the bad one and he's the good one. Like, I love that the roles are switched in the usual books that I read, because usually it's the guy that's the murderer, the morally grey one, and she's the good girl, you know, the one that's pure. Well, actually no, this time it's switched roles, and I love that. I love reading it. She's such a bard. She's such a badass, and I love it. I love reading it. She's so cool, but also like she murders people. But I guess it's like an anti-hero. Like, I can justify her murders. There's a reason. You have to read the book. If you read the book, you'll understand. Just read it. And if you have read it, then you know I'm not like talking rubbish, or I may be talking rubbish, I don't know. Anyway, I'm loving it. Let's move on. I really want to finish it now. I don't think I'm going to finish the
second one tonight because I'm just so tired, and I kind of like just like the idea of getting a hot chocolate and watching Hunger Games. We'll see how this book ends, and then I might read. Yes, we'll do that. Anyway, we're gonna carry on going. I'm gonna stop talking. Okay, I just downloaded the other two, but I finished the third one to the Mindfuck series, which was Scarlet Angel. It was so good. It obviously felt more like the book in between, and by that I mean like the book in between, like I feel like the beginning introduction bit of we're following the romance and slightly learning bits of the past, but it's mainly the development of the characters. I feel like we've gone through that part. The third book's now happened, and I think that's now moved on more to solving the case and having the information and seeing the impact and watching things unfold. I think that's going to be the next two books, obviously, because we've only got like 200 pages left to go. So I'm so excited to finish the series. I'm definitely going to hold fire tonight. I don't think I want to read anymore just because I'm so tired, and I kind of just want to have like a movie night tonight. So I think I'll read the rest tomorrow, which will be fine, or I'll read it in the morning, whichever one I decide to do. But definitely going to start reading. I actually can't read what this says. All the Lies is the fourth book. That's what it's called. So part of me thinks that towards the end of that book, everything's just going to unfold and he's going to find out, and I genuinely don't know how he's going to react. It's one of those tropes where he falls first and harder. Like, he's obsessed with her. He is so in love with her. And honestly, it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, I want to be in a relationship like that so bad. Minus the psycho murder bit. And maybe his workload as well. Because honestly, if I had a man like Logan in my life, I wouldn't let him go to work at all. Like, I would want to keep him all to myself. He's such a good guy. So that's when I'm like, I don't know how he's going to react or anything. Ugh, it's actually honestly frustrating. Because I'm rooting for their relationship so hard. Like, I want them to work out so badly. But I also will like understand if he can't be with her because of what she's done. Like, that can be justified. Obviously, I don't want it to happen, but I can sadly understand why. Anyway, I want to finish the series before I start another book. So definitely going to finish those tomorrow. We're going to be reading a lot these next couple of days because I still need to finish Iron Flame. I was about to say Fourth Wing. I have reread Fourth Wing. Still fucking love it. But currently I'm reading Iron Flame, and it's a big boy. It's like over 600 pages. I did not anticipate that. Anyway, that's a different video. But let's stop talking and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Okay, I didn't miss a vital bit of information. Got it. I was so nervous. I was like, wait, did I read something wrong? No, it was just my brain. I wanted to give my thoughts on this book so far. I love it.
I am so invested in this story. I don't know why I haven't read it all in one chunk already. It's just got me so hooked since the beginning. I've been so hooked, and at the beginning I was really nervous about not remembering the information and like having to go back and forward and look up things and then have to dread having spoilers, and that's not happened. Each book I've gone into has kind of like subtly given a quick wrap of where the previous book finished, kind of, but each book does leave on a little bit of a cliffhanger, so it is a little bit like harder to like forget about. But any of the other information that comes up, like about the people or like other people's past, it's subtly hinted at all through the book, so you're not missing anything. And there was a part in the book where I was reading where I thought I like forgot such a big bit of information, but then realised it was a cover story. And it wasn't until like I read another bit where I was like, oh, that was fake. Right, got it. I didn't miss that big bit of information. That was for something else. Got it. I was so confused. I was like, wait, but how does this then work? And I realised, no, it's fine. It's fine. I was right. God, I should have just gone with my gut. But there have been like moments like that. But then because it then kind of goes back over the small bits of information. So I feel like even though we're learning a lot of new information, there's still like hints, not hints, but like small recaps of what we already know, just in case like people aren't reading these books back to back like they're doing what I'm doing, where I'm reading them as like each book, where it doesn't feel like each book, because they're only like, each book is only over just let's try that again. Each book is just over 100 pages long, so it feels like more of a part, but it's not. It's actually a book. So yeah, but I'm about 56% through book 4. I'm on book 4, aren't I? Book 4. So I've got one more after this, and things are getting intense. Logan is so close. He is so close to finding out the truth, and I'm still don't know how he's going to react. There are bits that he's figured out, not quite knowing exactly who she is, but he's so close, and it's got me to a point where I'm like hooked onto it. I can't stop worrying and being just, guys, I'm obsessed with it. I'm actually obsessed. I've never been so emotionally invested in a book as much as this. So emotionally invested. Like, I want to know everything. But also, I don't want to read the end because I don't want to be disappointed. I don't want them to break up because I'm rooting for their relationship to work out so bad. But I know that there's a possibility it can't because of who she is and what she does. But also, I don't want her to stop her revenge plan because, no. I just want them to be happy. And I honestly can't remember the last time I felt like this with a couple. I feel like if they don't make it work and he rejects her, I'm going to be heartbroken. I think there's going to be tears, and I've never felt like this with a dark romance before. I think the only other time I've been this emotionally invested in a book is when I read Haunting and Hunting Adeline. But that's for completely other different like reasons. But guys, I just love it. I love it so much. That is actually scaring me. I want to read more. I'm going to try and do another like half an hour reading, and then we'll see what we get up to. But I'm definitely wanting to finish the series today, because even though I'm terrified to know what happens, I also need to know what happens. And I kind of like, not that I want it to end, like I don't want the story to end, but I also want to know how it ends. Does that make sense? I don't think I'm ready to like leave this world and leave these characters, but also like I want to see if they make it or not. I just can't win. I just can't win. Anyway, carry on reading, see how it goes, see how we feel. Yeah. I'm so invested, it's actually scary. Oh, Alexa, play.
finish the book. And I'm going to talk to you as I eat strudel and cry over this. We all knew it's going to happen. It was inevitable. It was going to happen. And it happened, and I don't like that it happened. I can't express how obsessed I am with this book. Obsessed. Oh god. I just wasn't ready for it. No. I'm still not. One more book. One more book. I really want there to be a happy ending, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any theories. I don't have any thoughts. I don't know. It's saying it's 177 pages, so I think that's going to take me just over 2 hours to read. But, guys, I don't want it to be over. I'm really enjoying this book. I'm going to stop talking because I currently don't have any words to express how I feel until I find out what happens, because I need to know. I need to know, and I need food. So I'm just going to jump straight into the 5th book, the final one, and I think it's going to break my heart. I love this book so much. It's taken me on such an emotional roller coaster. Ugh, but I can't stop reading it. I love it a lot. Like a lot. Will be the death of me. Emotional roller coaster. Roller coaster. Not. finished it. Oh, it was so good. Like, so good. I loved it. I actually loved it. And look at this dog. She's so cute. Oh, the Mindfuck series is definitely an emotional roller coaster, but it's such a good series. I am gonna give it 5 stars. I think all of the books together in one big thing, I thought it was so good. So good. I was just hooked. It wasn't slow, it didn't drag, there was nothing boring. It got me guessing. It took me on a long journey, but I love the ending. I love how it was finished and how it kind of wrapped everything up. Like the plot twist at the end, didn't see that coming, and I loved it. I just loved it. If you haven't read the Mindfuck series, read it. Especially if you love a good dark romance, I definitely think it's one that you should read. It's just so good. It's so good. Anyway, now you're gonna say hello. You're gonna say hello? You're so sleepy and you're getting drool over my bed. Anyway, I am either going to read Hidden Truths, which is the 3rd book to the Perfectly Imperfect series? Perfectly Imperfect series, I think that's what it's called. Or I'm going to read The Ritual. Both books I'm going to read, but I don't know which one I want to read first. Part of me feels like I want to read Hidden Truths because I love that series and I'm really excited to read. I can't remember his name. What's his name? Sergei. Oh, I can't pronounce Russian names. Oh my god, it was published the day after my birthday. How cool. Where's my phone? Oh, somewhere else. I will figure it out. But I'm either going to read this one, or The Ritual. I don't know. I need to kind of process the Mindfuck series first. Like, I've definitely got a book hangover because of that book. Just, oh, it was so good. It was so good. I loved it. But I'm also glad I read it on Kindle because you could either have like breaks between the books because they are like a 5-book series, or you could read it all in one because it's not that long. But I definitely liked how I read it. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop talking because I need to process what I think about this book and also decide what else I'm going to read. So yeah. Just settled on that. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to read Hidden Truths, and it's a lot later than I wanted it to be. Obviously, because it's now dark outside, and I have got my ring light. But I'm going to start it. Hopefully I can finish it today. I'm not counting on it because it's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, I mean, the average is saying it's going to take me like 5 hours to read. Hopefully I can do that in 4. But it's only just over 200 pages, so I don't think it will take me that long to read. But I just need something that will lift my spirit. Because I had a crappy, well, not that I've had a crappy day, but just because like things weren't finished when I wanted them to be, and it's taken longer than I wanted, and it's just one of those days where I'm just like, okay, this is frustrating me, I need to like step away. But I should have stepped away a lot earlier than I did. Anyway, I'm going to start this book and hopefully it can put me in a good mood because I'm so excited to read Sergei's story. I've been waiting to get his story and we're finally reading it. I don't know why I didn't do it sooner, but here we are. And then yeah, it is the Perfectly Imperfect series. The first 2 books were so good. It's a mafia romance. I'm not quite sure what this one is, but you kind of get a hint of it in the last bit of the 2nd book going into this one. So yeah.
We used to have each other's playlists. No, used to be each other's best friends. Yeah, and now we go our separate paths.
I don't know where my footage went. I'm really confused because I was editing this video and I've lost a bunch of my footage. So yeah. So I'm gonna fill in this portion a little bit and give you a bit of an update of what happened with Hidden Truths. I did read this book a while ago, like I filmed this video like a week ago, something like that, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't know when this video is going to be going out, so we'll see. But I'm going to try and remember how I felt about this book. So I did finish it that night. Again, I don't know what happened with all of my footage because I'm pretty sure I filmed something. I just can't find it. It's so weird. So weird. But I finished the book. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed the other two in the series, which is Painted Scars and Broken Whispers. Those two were like, mwah. I loved those two, especially Broken Whispers. 5 stars, if you didn't already know that. 5 stars, so good. I can like remember, you know when you love a book so much you can remember literally everything? That's what I'm like with that book. I loved it. But Hidden Truths, it was good, but it wasn't like the same level of good. I think there were definitely a few things maybe like missing from it, as well as it didn't like go into loads of depth, but that is what happens when you have like shorter books. It's really like the relationship and the plot instead of like the backstory and the going into the characters like deeper. Psych. Is that the right word? I don't know. So yeah, so we knew of things from the past, but it didn't go into a whole load of detail. And I think if it went into a little bit more detail and we saw more of the development of the relationship between the two characters because of the experience and why he was so obsessed with her, then I think I would have enjoyed it more. But yeah, we just didn't get that. I feel like it was just missing something, and I wasn't getting that 5-star feeling. Even though I was still loving it, it's still like a 4 stars for me. Like this series I'm loving so much. It's a 9-book series though. 9 books. And each of the books are a different story, so I don't think it's going to be a series that I'm going to read back to back. But if I need like a short little mafia romance, then I know exactly where I'm going to go. I loved it. But yeah, I gave it a 4. Few things missing in my opinion. Not as good as first 2, but still worth the read. Like I still would recommend it to anybody because I love Sergei. I loved him in the first 2 books, especially the second one, and I loved reading about him more, like finding out more about him, why he is the way he is, and then seeing him obsess over this girl, and it's got the trope of only her can fix me, or what was it, like only she can calm me down, like that sort of trope. I loved it. I actually loved it. Again, it was age gap as well. I might say false proximity as well because like she was held in his house against her will. But yeah, still so good. Yeah, felt a little bit jumpy, especially with the developing feelings, but I think it was like just 1 minute it was 0 affection, the next it was like I love him. And I don't really like that. I like the build, and I think that's me now liking a slow burn. I never used to like slow burns, but apparently now I do. So yeah, but still a good book, still would recommend it. Still confused where my footage went. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, back to the video. I think we're choosing a new book now. Cool.
I'm in a bit of a predicament right now. So I'm trying to decide what book I want to read because I didn't start a book yesterday, which was fine. Needed a day off and I can't sit down. The dogs are in the way. Just say hello to the dogs. Here are the dogs. There's Bracken, his handsome usual self, and Nala is there. Little self underneath everything. He's so cute, and he's now so cute. They were both outside for like a really long time, so they're now just warming up, and I need to put you somewhere because I can't talk and look at my Kindle. There's nowhere to put you except for on Nala's head. That will work. Anyway, so I'm trying to decide what book I'm gonna read now, and I was thinking. Originally I was like, maybe I should read The Ritual because I've been wanting to read it for ages. It seems like a really good book. But then also I'm like, should I read Does It Hurt? Because that's H.D. Carlton, who is the author of the Haunting and Hunting Adeline series. Cat and Mouse series, I think that's what it's actually called. And I really enjoyed that. So I'm like, do I read that? But I also have another one. I've got Sinners Anonymous, My Dark Romeo,
Yeah, that's it. That's all I've downloaded. So I don't know. I'm kind of like, I thought I was gonna read The Ritual, but I swear The Ritual is like based in a college, and I don't know if I want to read like a college romance thing. It's literally like they're part of like a secret society thing, and they're like called the Lords, and Nala keeps moving, so this does not want to sit up. And there's like a sacrifice maybe or something like that. So that's the whole thing. But I don't know if I want to read that. Does It Hurt is an enemies to lovers romance. I think it's a standalone. I'm very confused on the principle of this book. So maybe not Does It Hurt. See, I thought I knew which one I was going to read. Obviously not. I don't know. I need to think about this a little bit more. I want to see, because I have this tendency of like saving like clips of books on my Instagram, because apparently my Bookstagram is like full of stuff like that. So I want to go through and see what grabs my attention when it comes to dark romance, and if it is one of the ones I've just read. If not, then we're downloading a completely different one, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay, I found a few more that possibly maybe I'll read. So The Never King, which is part of the Vicious Lost Boys series, I think is a Peter Pan and Wendy retelling. Dark romance. My thing is taking forever! I mean, it sounds interesting. It's not really long either. Like, I think it's just under 200 pages, so I pretty much could read it all today if I wanted to. Obviously, I'm not going to do that, because, girl, I don't have time for it. But it's like, there is an option. But also there's God of Malice as well, which I can't spell. Thank you. Which is, again, is another dark college romance. I'm kind of leaning towards God of Malice. I think that would be quite interesting to read. It's a standalone dark romance about a villain and his new obsession. I don't know, yeah, I'm kind of thinking God of Malice, actually, now, instead of The Ritual. I don't know. This just seems like more of a college dark romance that I would want to read than one about, like, a secret society. Unless this, like, does have a secret society a part of it. Maybe. I don't know. I think I am going to start reading this. So, yeah. Because I really want to read God of Wrath, which is the third book in that series. So, yeah, I'm kind of like, let's read that. Okay, we're going to read God of Malice, because that's the one that's, like, now jumped out to me. So, I'm going to start reading. I don't know if I should either be terrified of this book or in love. It's like, oh my god. I don't know if I'm hating it or loving it. It's something I've never read before. Like this. Oh my god. The first chapter. Jesus. This is not for the weak-hearted. I'm sorry if you don't think you're gonna like dark romance or like anything dark romance or violent or anything like that, don't read this book. Please don't read the book. It's not for the weak-hearted. I don't know if I can deal with it. Again, I don't know if I'm loving it or hating it, or if I'm like slightly scared. But I think I actually am enjoying it. Oh, it's so different. It's so different to the books I've just read. So different. If you are thinking about reading God of Malice, I think it's called, read the trigger warnings. Because this is probably up there with Haunting and Hunting Adeline maybe even worse. I don't know. I need to finish the book, but like I'm crying. I can't believe this. What am I reading? Jeez. Okay, I'm gonna continue anyway. I will let you know how it goes. I'm only 17% through. Oh, and already so much has happened. Yeah. Okay, let's carry on.
It's no wonder that her name means beauty. I don't know the rest of the words. And tell there's only she who's as beautiful as me. Come on, Emma! I don't think that's the order of the song goes, but oh well. Let's read. Okay. I think I'm ready to talk about this book now because I have not been able to stop reading. I started this book last night and I have 20% left. I have read 80% of this book. Guys, it's so good. It's so good. It's mwah. I love it. I love it. And I don't even feel bad that I love it because to most people, I should really hate this and it should be disgusting and disturbing, but I don't. I'm not gonna lie because I love it. I'm not gonna be the type of person to be like, oh, I hate dark romance. Like, I don't like it. These men are psychopaths. They're possessive. They're like overprotective and they're like, bleh. Not to me. No. I mean, sign me up. Where's the contract? Where do I sign? Like, let me in. I want to be in it. Maybe my feelings towards being in the book will change if I was actually living it. But reading it, I love it. I could eat it up. I could read dark romance and I would be satisfied. I wouldn't have to read anything else. And I'm loving this book. Would I say it's like Haunting and Hunting Adeline? I would say it's similar. It's not quite up there with the extreme. Like, Haunting Adeline is, yeah, God of Malice. I think it's Malice. Or is it Millis? Yeah, God of Malice. I would say it's like, it's like a close second. Like, close second. Like, Killian's a psychopath. Like, psychopath. But I'm here for it. I don't know. I feel that you follow these characters, and in reality, in reality, the way things play out in books wouldn't happen. Like, it just wouldn't. It's fiction. It's fiction. It's not real life. Like, this wouldn't happen in real life. Like, no. But when a psychopath in the book starts to feel things that he thought he couldn't be able to feel, sign me up! I'm loving it. I actually am loving it. This is what I needed. I needed something dark and dirty and filthy, and so many people would be like, ew, this is disgusting. But I love it. And this is exactly what I needed. I haven't been able to put this book down. I've been devouring it. Again, read the trigger warnings before you jump into this book, and it's not for the light-hearted. I'm going to say that. You need to prepare yourself for this book and also go in open-minded because things happen in this book that some people might have to skip over, but they can't really skip over because it's the main plot of the book. Yeah, but it's so good. I genuinely am rooting for these two characters so hard, even though she absolutely despises him. Like, I am still 80% through the book and she still does not like him. She won't admit anything for him. But we're like inside her head. Like, we're reading what she's feeling, and what she's feeling, she's like, she won't admit. And Killian, I love Killian. I love him. He's scary as fuck, but I love him. Hopefully my mum doesn't watch this video and sees what I'm reading. Mum, if you are watching this, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't really justify myself that much. Yeah. I'm gonna blame the internet for my obsession with dark romance, because the stuff, these edits that I see on there, they get me so intrigued. And when I'm intrigued, I have to find out more. And that's what's happened. That's just it. I love a dark romance. I love all, the longer the trigger warnings, the better. Definitely you should not read a book because of the trigger warnings. To be fair, like some books I don't look at the trigger warnings because I like being surprised. That's like a secret of mine. I definitely read books because of the dedication sometimes. But yeah, I kind of skip over the trigger warnings because I feel like it's a little bit of a spoiler of what's to come. Yeah, don't do that. Definitely read them, especially for this book. I would say Mindfuck series as well. Defo. Who says Defo anymore? Me, apparently. Hidden Truths, yeah. All dark romance. All of them. Read the trigger warnings. Don't be stupid like me. Anyway, God of Mothers. So good. Like, it jumps right in there. It hasn't been slow. I wouldn't say that. Like, the sexual part of it is right there. It's right there. But, like, the feelings and the everything, like, else with it, like, the hate goes through, like, all of it. Like I said, she's not admitting anything. But yeah. So I would say it's like kind of like the sexual bit of it is like fast paced, but then the actual like feelings and relationship thing I would say is kind of like a slow burn, because I'm waiting for it. Like I am waiting for it. I want it. I don't know. Anyway, I really want to carry on reading. I don't know what's going to happen. There is, as well as the romance, there is something else going on. It hasn't been touched on a lot, but I feel like something has to happen with it. Because they wouldn't be dropping hints like that if something wasn't going to happen. I think it's been too easy so far. Except from the whole, she's hating him and he's laughing in her face because he knows the truth. Like, except from that. But, like, the other things around her. Like, there's something else there. There's something else that's going on. And I don't know. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Really enjoying this. Can you tell? Can you tell? I'm reading the most messed up stuff and it's making me giggle. It's just the little things, you know, it's just the little things. So I'm going to carry on reading and I will probably talk to you when I finish the book because I don't want to stop reading. Okay, that's my little talk done in my bed, but I haven't moved from. I've literally showered, chucked on some comfy clothes, and that's it, as you can see from like the monstrosity of my face. The next one's about, because I think I want to read them all. I originally wasn't going to, but I really enjoyed this book a lot more than I thought I was going to. Guys, I think it's a 5 stars. I honestly just like, I can't. I just had so much fun with this book. Like I was smiling and giggling and just rooting for them, and like it might not be everyone's taste, but I was just loving it, you know. I rate books on my feelings and whether I enjoy them or not, and my reactions to things, not necessarily the writing or like anything like that, whether or not it's like, I was gonna say logically, but like literally, like writing the plot and all of like, you know what I mean. I don't base my ratings on that. I base it on like my feelings, and this was my 5 star. I had so much fun with this book. Feelings. Like I'm gonna think about this for ages, and because of that, I want to carry on the rest of the series. How many are there?
many are there? There's 6. 6! Who's this about? It's about Gray! Gray! And Annie! I knew it. I knew it was going to be that. Maybe I should read it. Who's the other ones about? Oh, now I want to know them all. I'm going to look at that. Anyway, I'm going to update you in the morning about my feelings towards this book. Obviously, I've already said it's 5 stars. And it was so good. So I just loved everything to do with it. And the dad chat. The dads have a group chat. Like, oh, I loved it. That was so cute. I needed that. I've never had that, but I needed that. It was great. It was so good. I loved it.
I've just realised I didn't film an outro for this video. So I'm going to quickly do that now as I'm going to start editing it. So in total we read, I'm going to say 3 books because I still count, obviously, the Mindfuck series as a big book. I don't know, because it is 5 books, but they're also short. So I guess I read 4. Wait, maybe I read 5. I don't know, I can't remember. But I did finish the Mindfuck series and I love that series. I didn't want it to be over, generally. Didn't want it to be over. I think it is a 5-star series as a whole. I don't think like I could have rated each book individually just because it is so short, and I felt like some of the books weren't as good as like the rest of them, but as a whole it was really good. So I really did enjoy that. Again, it is like one of the ones that you do have to read the trigger warnings for because it doesn't beat around the bush with things. It doesn't shy away from certain things. So yeah, if you're wanting to get into dark romance and like try different ways of writing, then I think the Mindfuck series is a good book. So I haven't read anything like that before, and I really did enjoy it. I want to read something like that again. It kind of reminded me of the book Butcher and Blackbird, which is about 2 serial killers that fall in love and like have a rom-com thing to it. Again, I love that book as well. That was also 5 stars, but it kind of reminded me of that. But obviously in the Mindfuck series, it was a serial killer and an FBI agent. So there is difference between the two, but it kind of like, especially towards the end, gave me that sort of vibe. I do just love how it ended off. I didn't see it coming. I was very, I don't know, I didn't have any theories because I genuinely didn't know the side Logan was going to take. Like, I didn't know what route he would go for her, but I love the way it ended. I think it ended so well. It wasn't like, sometimes with books, like there's a massive change within the, not massive change, but there are usually like changes within the character. And I think sometimes the character can be kind of forgotten, especially in like the epilogue things where sometimes I like seeing like where they are in the future, but then again, sometimes I'm like, this doesn't feel like them. Where in this book it did, and I really liked that. Anyway, the next book I read was Hidden Truths, which was the 3rd book in the Perfectly Imperfect series. I think there's like 9 books in that series, or something like that. But I read Sergei's, I think that's his name, Sergei's story, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I liked Broken Whispers, which is the 2nd book in the series. That one is a single dad trope, and I loved it, and it's a big, bad, scary dude that's actually like a softie. I thought that book was so good, so I was really excited to get into the 3rd one. And I liked how each book is so different, like depending on each character. Like the 1st book is a marriage of convenience. Oh no, it wasn't an arranged marriage. It was, I would say it was marriage of convenience because like she was blackmailed to marry him. The 2nd one was arranged marriage, and well, both of them were age gap. I think all of them are age gap actually. I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm going to say the 2nd one was arranged marriage. Yes, it was, because there was like alliances. The reason why they got married was an alliance. And then the 3rd one, I think it was just an age gap. The guy suffered from a lot of mental health things, and it was a only she can calm me down sort of thing. Like only she could get close. That sort of vibe. So I really enjoyed that. I don't think that series is a series I'm absolutely gonna binge. So if I want to carry on with that series, and it is going to be one of the ones where I'm like, I don't really want to start a massive book, but I want to read something, I'll pick up one of those. But yeah, Hidden Truths was good. It wasn't my favourite.
but it was still really good and it was still really enjoyable. I felt it was really fast paced, and I don't think it didn't really go into that much depth, but I think that's got to do with the length of the book. Like, it was only just over 200 pages and it was more focused on the relationship between the characters and the actual plot. So there was that. Even though I did feel like, especially with the female character, I think there was definitely she didn't like him originally and then jumped to having feelings. I don't know, I didn't feel like there was a slow development. I think it was more like she was always attracted to him but didn't admit it until the end. But like, I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, that was that. Still really good. I think I gave it 4 stars in the end, or I think I might give it a 3.75, something like that. I don't think it's any more than a 4, but it's not lower than a 3. It's like there. And then we had God of, oh, I've got shivers. God of Malice. I love that book. I love that book. I don't know what it is about reading about psychopaths, but it was so good. It was such a book I needed. I enjoyed it so much. You got both of their POVs, and it was just, I don't know, college romance. There was just something about him. He just didn't take no for an answer, and I think I just love reading that, where like she's the female main character is really stubborn and she's like headstrong and she's always saying no, but then the guy's like, tough, you're doing it. Like, I loved it. I actually loved it, but I can also understand why people don't like it because it is the extreme. So again, that book definitely reads trigger warnings. Again, it doesn't beat around the bush. It gets straight into it, like literally the first chapter. Be prepared if you're going to go into the series. I also know that it's linked to another series. I think it's called the Elites, the Royals, maybe? It's the Royal Elite series. So the Legacy of Gods, that's what the series is called, is the spin-off of the Elite Royals, which is the story about like their parents. So I didn't know that when I went into God of Malice that it was the spin-off to a different book series that Rena Kent, I think that's how you pronounce her name, wrote a couple of years ago. So I might read the Legacy of Gods series, and then if I still want to like stay in the world, then I can read the ones about the parents, because you did get some of the parents' POV in this book, but I don't think you have to read that series to be able to understand it, because it's a completely different like set of characters except from the parents obviously, but still, it was so good. This one is like, I wouldn't ever recommend this book to new people to dark romance. I think it's like not as bad as Haunted and Hunting Adeline, but it's like, it's up there with it sort of thing. But I loved it. I love a psychopath. Not in real life, like in real, no, God, stay away from me. But like in a book, mwah. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'm literally going to stop talking because I think this video is going to be so long. Sorry about that, but also not sorry. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Mwah, peace, bye.